Hello, hello, hello. It's your boy, the Beast One. Welcome to another week of Dad Mentality. Thank you for joining us again. Make sure you watch us this week at Tuesday at 12 o'clock on Facebook, Instagram, and we definitely got the TikTok videos that'll be out there. Watch us on everything Dad underscore mentality. Also on YouTube. And this week we're going to talk about our segments, Money Talks, and also Mr. Bitcoin gonna talk about that crypto. I got that entertainment page. And also, we definitely should have a shout out to all the great mothers out there. Y'all know what it is.
What is that's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, they get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Sometimes we gotta fix our mental. Or maybe it's not meant to be a dad, a father, that's what men do. I made a promise to my kids, that's what I do. I just want them to do things better than I do. Or better yet, better things that I did. What is that's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, they get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Welcome to the show, shout out to the coach. And Maddie Ice, Ice Cold Crypto. And each one, teach one. That's mentality, we just try to reach one. What is, that's mentality.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Dad's Mentality. It's your boy, the Beast One. We're here another week with another great show. Of course, y'all know I don't do this by myself. I have my fellas with me. Y'all know him as Mr. Bitcoin, also as Mr. Wealthy and Blessed, the diversified hustler, Matthew Whitten, aka Mighty Ice Cold Crypto. What's up, boss? How you doing today?
I'm doing excellent, man. Excellent, man. How y'all doing today? Happy to be here.
Man, doing great, doing great. I see you in the new studio over there. We're gonna have to definitely come out there and check that out. Maybe do some events over there at the new shop spot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Also, he's been with me since we was 4 years old, playing in the sandbox. Now we do this podcast together. You know him as Vance Robs, aka Coach. What's up, Coach? How you doing?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing today?
Man, good.
Excellent.
Man, doing good, fellas. Doing good, fellas. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into this Twitch mental health check-in. Mental health is very much important to us here at Dad Mentality. If you need to take time and talk to somebody, if you don't talk to your boys or a phone call or a doctor, whatever you need, just make sure you take time to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of no one else. So, fellas, I guess I'll go ahead and start with my mental health this week. I'm still on 10. You know what I'm saying? Life is good for me right now. I've been blessed with a lot of great information this week that kept me on 10. Nothing really to put me down. So I'm gonna start with this one. My baby Trinity, my beautiful daughter, has been accepted to an internship at Southern Maryland Hospital in part of her nursing program. She was one of the very few that was selected this summer, so she'll be working at Southern Maryland. I'm so excited for that. Also, my son has finally 100% done that he will be joining the Air Force. There's nothing, he is in, he signed, he's getting ready to pick his job next week. And once he picks his job, then he'll get his date of going to boot camp. And I told him he picked the worst time to go, because if he goes to Texas in July, he is going to be dying out that joint. So you know,
That's
uh,
that's minor. That's awesome right there, man.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, so and then you know, of course, it's that time of the year for my youngest, which is track time. So you
Okay.
know, we out there practicing and trying to get in track shape. You know, and I'm always excited for him and spend that time with him, doing those type of things. We still gotta do our trip. I'm trying to wait for King's Dominion to be open 7 days a week because I'm not going on a weekend. But we still got to make our trip of you know, I'm trying to pick a Tuesday and go down to King's Dominion and hit all the roller coasters with him. I know we talked about this before. This is you know, his rite of passage. So, you know, it's a plan that I have in the works, but I'm waiting for them to open 7 days a week because, like I said, I ain't sitting in no lines. That's one thing I will not be doing as an adult anymore.
Yeah. That's how I like to do it too. When we go to Florida, I like to go during the week. So it still be crowded, but it's less lines during the week. Regardless.
Kings Dominion be empty, son. So
Yeah.
you know, so life is still on the 10, man. I'm still living that Bali vibe, you know what I'm saying? So
I
I'm
see you came
good.
through here with sandals on the other day. I was like, oh.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
the shoestring joints, or was they regular stuff?
Okay, oh, he had some sandals or some like water shoes or
Nah,
something.
they were water shoes, man.
Okay.
Yeah, they were
Like,
He
water
came in with
shoes.
some
Yeah.
water
he had the
shoes on the
shoestring
other
joints.
day,
You
man.
should have snapped the picture.
No, the Jones with the toes though, like not the regular water shoes. He had the individual toe
the
jump.
individual toe blend.
I got them right. I got them on
okay.
right now. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Right now, I ain't took these joints off, dog. I love these
He
joints,
got
man.
the Aquaman little fin jumps.
Man, you know. Hey, man, that's what happened when you on 10, fellas. You know, y'all just need to get there. That's all. Next thing you know, you be
trying to
wearing the
get to 10.
Aquaman joints too. So, you know, I'm on 10,
Yeah.
fellas. I'm on 10.
When I get
Matty
to
Ice,
10,
how you feeling?
I might be walking around barefoot like Kanye if I get to 10. I'm
Right.
gonna be in straight Zen mode.
Hey, there you go. I'm real close to Zen mode, dog. I'm telling you, man. I spend every morning I wake up. I'm still messed up on my time clock, but I wake up at like 3. I mean, right now I'm waking up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, man. And I just get up and I really spend time with God and pray and just sit there and enjoy life and just bask in the greatness that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I want to remember this for when when that valley does come. You know what I'm saying? When that valley come, I want to remember this and still be able to live in this no matter what. Because right now, man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty high up here, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm after Bali and all that, man, and just like you said, the vibes over there and just being able to just absorb all that, man. You know, it's a great thing. So
that's why sometimes I don't be trying to get too high. I'll have a moment where I may be at a 10, but it's like just for that moment that I'm experiencing right then, and then I'll kind of level back out. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that's why I try to level it back out. But I'd be excited. I've then had 10 moments. You know what I mean? Before me to stay at a 10, it's a lot. Like, but I'll be excited and I'll get, you know what I mean, like a moment
man,
of
I'm not trying to let it go, man. I'm not trying to let it go. I'm telling you right now. I'm a hold on to this 10 as long as it's physically possible, brother.
Yeah, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Yeah, and things have tried me, but I look right at it and start laughing. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, yeah, I'm good. That ain't even bothering me, brother. But go ahead, Matty X, give us your score. How you feeling, brother?
I'm at like an 8.5, man. I'm feeling good. Summer is rolling right along, man. Things are coming along. Had some great things going on since the 1st of May. Had the pleasure of working with Coach at an event. That was actually our first a major event of the year. I'm working with him on out at a school. Everything went well, so I was excited about that. We moved into a new space, expanded our shop. So that's where I'm actually sitting in here right now, in our new space. Allows us to do a lot more things, and grow. So I'm at about an 8.5, man. Just feeling optimistic about this summer and everything that's going on. I'm still got some work to do, things I need to put in place. But overall, I feel good. Yesterday was Mother's Day, man. My wife was in a great space. I would say this is her best Mother's Day that she's had since her mother passed. So Mother's Day is usually very rough for her, but she didn't cry not one time yesterday. And so when she's good, I'm good. So I'm at an 8.5, and I'm feeling good, man. And just trying to again stay steady and continue to conquer my goals and cross things off my list so I can make this summer one of the best summers, so I can get to a place I'm trying to get to. And everything is kind of working out right now.
Yeah, coach, his spot looked nice too, man. I actually went in there and was like, oh, well, he got to afford this. Let me go ahead and actually pay for my ice cream this time. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'll go ahead and pay for my ice cream, you know, but next time I don't know if I'm gonna feel that way. But you know what I'm
No,
saying?
we paid for a lot of ice cream when he came out to the event. I can tell you that now.
Yeah.
They like the ice cream, man. They like it.
They did. I will give you that. They love that ice cream. They love that ice cream. So if y'all ain't had Matty Ice's ice cream, bro, like it's on point. Definitely check it out. You know what I mean? So
heard that strawberry cheesecake is dad mentality approved. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
All right, well, coach, how was your week? How you feeling? What's your number?
I'm probably at you know what I'm saying? I said about an 8. I mean, last week was, you know what I'm saying, I got a little bit of rest throughout, you know what I'm saying, during the week. Didn't have nothing big. It was Mother's Day weekend, so the wife got taken care of yesterday, which was definitely a good thing. Got to go hang out with some former friends that had a baby reveal, which is really good for that particular couple. They've been going through some things, so that was really good. And you know, it was just a pretty productive week, man. So was able to, you know what I'm saying, accomplish a couple goals out there. And, you know what I'm saying, work got a little stressful in a couple days, but you know what I'm saying, coming home to the family and kids, you know what I'm saying, it was pretty good. My oldest is home. Well, my oldest was home. She came home on Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one of them days. Now she's somewhere. She out of the country already. So I mean, she was here for about 3 days. She did stay here for Mother's Day, which was good. You know what I'm saying? And now she gone about her business. So she'll be home for a couple weeks.
That fashion life.
Yeah, I mean, she is like Cancun or something, dog. Like she with her friends, right? Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, that was a good thing. You know what I'm saying. And over the next week, you know what I'm saying, my baby boy graduates next Friday. So you know what I'm saying, got that looking forward to. So you know what I'm saying, we got busy next week, busy next couple weeks still, but all in all, I think it's a solid 8. You know what I mean, when it's all said and done.
Okay. All right, good numbers for the week, fella. All right, before we get into our segments, I wanted to have a conversation with y'all. It's the TikTok and everything's been kind of going crazy about this teacher, a male. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the background. A male teacher, at the last 10 minutes of class, had a hair appointment. He needed to get his hair undid, so he called on several of what he called his honor students, kids that had good grades, and he even called these kids out of other classes and gave them passes to come at the end of the day and help unbraid his hair, so when he got to his hair appointment, he could get his hair done without the person having to spend the time unbraiding his hair. Now, in this video, he live streamed it. And then later on, he added the ad libs on it, explaining why he did it and what was going on. So when you watch it, it's about why he did it, what's going on. He's claiming that this is some type of incentive or some type of reward for their being good students and this, that, and the other. that they get to help have this personal time with him in these personal conversations. So this teacher has been fired since then. I found that out
Yeah, probably about
today.
that. I did hear that too. He did get
Yeah,
fired.
he did get fired, but he got fired for something else, and I'll tell you what that was. We can talk about that.
It
Well,
wasn't for that.
nah. He got fired because he had the kids' personal phone numbers, and there was messages between him and them outside of school about non-school things. So
Good,
not
bad, or indifferent.
not to say that there was there was no pedophile type thing there.
Yeah,
But
it
it
was
still was conversations that he as a teacher, shouldn't be having with students outside of school. You know what I'm saying? And and my thing is this. So but take that away.
Yeah, but
But my conversation is, how did y'all feel when y'all watched the video, and what do you think about that type of, I guess, camaraderie or friendship between a teacher and a student?
see, I don't want to take it there, but at the same time, like just going back to the last part, I didn't hear that. But what if if it was a male teacher, he was trying to be a father figure to a male student, he was talking to a male student after hours, like, you know what I mean? But in today's age,
I mean, you don't
known better, you know what I mean, to be talking to someone,
But take that away. Let's talk about what.
You could take.
Yeah,
You could take that away.
Okay.
I don't know why he got fired. I don't know if the conversations were inappropriate or appropriate. Don't matter. But I can tell you, as you know what I'm saying, teachers, coaches, you know what I'm saying, people of, you know what I'm saying, education, some of them do have conversations with older kids outside of school that are productive to what you're saying, man.
Like I say, you definitely can speak on that as a coach.
No, I get that too. Yeah,
that relationship the messages to personal phone numbers, that's not uncommon amongst, especially the sports world and coaches. So just understand that.
Got you.
So if it's a coach or a teacher,
but coaches are after school. That's an after school.
They're still employees of education. So there's there is no, and it's still adult versus child. So there's no distinction between teacher coach, right? So unless it's inappropriate, and that we don't know if that's the case. As far as the situation itself, I think there's a certain line of personal space that adults should adhere to when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, any level of kids, whether it's elementary, middle school, high school. There's still a certain line of personal space, and I think that the hair piece.
What was it? Was it elementary or middle?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Okay.
To tell you the truth,
I saw the video. It kind of looked like middle school.
It's middle school is what it is.
I think it was like 8th grade somewhere.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it was middle school. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at that up now. It's middle school.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think there's a certain level of inappropriate behavior. You know what I'm saying? And from a personal space perspective. Now, I know we had some pre-conversations about this, and things can go both ways, right? But I think that our generation would deem it inappropriate, right? Off gate. You know what I'm saying? For a couple different reasons. Some people may say to Rodney's a point Rodney had in that.
I haven't said my point yet. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, it's in some cases they would deem it inappropriate just because it's in the classroom, it's all girls and one male, you know what I mean? And it's just, he's trying to portray it as building a relationship with students, and I think you just crossing over personal space. Right now, intentions, I understand building relationships with students. I mean, I still talk to some of the kids that I coached in the past to this day. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what it is. But the personal space thing is what kind of gets me. Like, I don't like people in my personal space, and I'm very cautious about kids in my personal space, right? Especially kids that aren't mine.
Yeah, I think that definitely was bad judgment. Like it just
agreed.
it just didn't even look right to me. And then for you to live stream it, that was just a bad look all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Because me as a father, you know what I'm saying? How would you feel? I might have to go up there and talk to this guy. You know what I'm saying? If I saw my daughter.
All right, yeah, I would go absolutely ape shit.
You
myself,
already know
personally.
you would.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think it was a firing moment, but I definitely think it was a teaching moment.
Yeah,
and that's no pun intended.
So let me go, like, just to finish that point. Like, I honestly don't think it was malicious. I just think it was a very bad judgment call on his part. It was a very bad judgment call on his part, just because you should be smarter than that, knowing the climate that we live in today.
Yep.
And not saying that you can't have a healthy relationship, be maybe a father figure for maybe people who don't have a certain support system around them. You could be a great teacher, but you just have to understand that there are boundaries. And I think it was just it was very bad judgment call.
Well, let me just say this. Once again, like I said, I didn't think personally when I first watched it, I thought it was a firing moment, but I definitely thought it was a teaching moment. And the problem I have is when the kids start serving you. You're there to help the kids. You're there to serve them, to teach them, to educate them, to help them get ready for the next step in life, to help them. And you can do those things, but the problem for me is you're now using these kids to serve you. You know what I'm saying? And then when you do that, that line becomes very blurry. Yeah. Because next, what's next? Now you need your toes done? Like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where the problem for me was. Now now, if they had cosmetology in the school and he went into the cosmetology, the what you call where they do hair, that's part of the curriculum, and what you call like that, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna be a test subject. Here you go. That's different. You know what I'm saying? But you brought these kids out and taught it as a reward for them to serve you. And that's where my issue is, because what's next? Like, oh, I need my car washed. So this is an educational moment. This is a moment where the kids can learn this and blah, blah, blah. So they wash my, come on, like that, it becomes very blurry once the kids are serving you. Like, if you sat there and we brought up earlier the thing about like a female teacher doing the kids' hair. You know what I'm saying? That's different. Because you're helping that child. You're helping that child do this. There was nothing beneficial to none of those kids by unbraiding his hair. There was absolutely nothing beneficial.
What if he was a male teacher braiding a female's hair?
Did he get the parents' permission? That'd be my first thing. Because even as
I know that's a little off rail, but just because we did talk about a female teacher, it would have been maybe perceived a little different,
but I still feel even if it's a female or male teacher, you still should have the permission of the parent before you go and do this child's hair. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be an easy conversation if you're a tense, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, well, I saw her hair. What you call it? I'm having this. Hold on, let me just finish real quick. I'm having this bully moment. I will do her hair after school today. Is that okay with you? It's a simple conversation. And they can say yes or no, and then you don't do it.
Yeah. And the only reason, because I do know teachers and people in that profession, and this is maybe like from one of your favorite shows, The Wire. Sometimes the teacher knows where that child comes from.
Yeah.
And they may do certain things because they know that child does not have a parent who they can you know what I mean, reach out to in that capacity. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I commend teachers. They they are in a very difficult spot. You know what I'm saying? I would never want to be a teacher because it's like if you damned if you do, damned if you don't.
No, but it's still a big difference. The child is not serving the teacher. The
Nah,
teacher is serving the child.
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking
Even
about
in the wire. The teacher was serving the child.
No, that's what but we were saying if someone was doing the child's hair, you were saying get permission from the parent.
But if it's in the wire circumstance, that's totally different. You know what I'm saying?
But sometimes because that's what I mean. The spectrum could be so broad. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like you can't say it's okay for one child, but then it's not okay for the other child. So that's what I'm saying. Like and that's why it makes it so difficult for a teacher. So sometimes that's why they do be hands off on everybody because it's like they don't. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be a teacher. That's all I'm saying. Like.
Yeah, I mean,
it's tough.
It's the line. It's the line of appropriate and inappropriate, right? You know what I mean? Like some people say, like I would have thought it was inappropriate, even if a female teacher did the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
you understand what I mean?
Like a female had the kids taking her hair.
Had the kids taking.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if it was female to female, like I still would.
Especially I'm saying because you can't really call it. You know what I'm saying?
You can't call it like don't.
Yeah, so I agree.
And the thing about it is that that's personal space, right? You know what I mean? And to Rodney's point, like there is a big difference in helping kids in certain situations. Like if a hair bow pops out of one of the child's hair and their hair go everywhere, and a male teacher finds a hair bow and just puts the hair bow in the head, like, are we gonna flip out over that? You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like, nah, we wouldn't, right?
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Cuz was up there eating the orange though, man. He was up there like he was chilling. He was just like eating the nectarine or something. He was like
he's too comfortable, right?
Yeah,
and truth be told, like I think the younger generation personal space is like not part of they don't understand it. Like it's not the same as our personal space when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, having relationships with these kids. And because I mean you think about it, I can attest, like the next generation behind us, they had a deeper relationship with their teachers than what we had with ours. We talked about it briefly about, you know what I'm saying, the whole paddle thing and everything when we were coming up, right? You know what I mean? Like these kids ain't go through none of that. So and some of these teachers are way younger. All our teachers were old, blasé, but we ain't had no teachers that were in their 20s.
I did
5 years removed. You did?
I did, and I still would go after if I saw her today. She was the finest thing walking in life.
Yeah,
that was in high school though. Yeah. Shout out to Miss Dew, 11th grade.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Like these, some of the younger teachers don't understand the level of how to create separation, right? Separation from adult and child, and that's something that, you know what I'm saying, I think like is the bigger problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the authority as an adult, you know what I'm saying, you should be the responsible one and knowing what's appropriate and what's inappropriate. And that line is getting grayer and grayer.
You know why?
Because every generation.
And I feel like that's also has to do with a lot of these parents treating their kids like they're equals too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's why they feel it's appropriate to even do that.
Yeah, I think what was that? Brandon brought that up, right? Mm-hmm. Remember, wasn't it Brandon when we was talking? He brought it out talking about the generational curses. Yeah,
because the funny thing is my kids, even if he offered it, wouldn't do
it. Yeah. I was like, how is this? I was like, what happened to the pizza party? Like, how is unbraiding his hair some type of reward? That was just boggling my mind. Like, when did we convince these kids that unbraiding your teacher's hair is a reward? Like, nah, give my kids a pizza party, dog.
I think it was a bad judgment call. Even the way he said it, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, yeah, but no. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
correct. And like Rodney said, I don't know about being fired for it. Definitely probably reprimanded me like, hey, you kind of touched the line, right?
but they ain't even
Um,
they not playing that nowadays. So they was
they're
like,
not. But we gotta understand is that he may have been a good teacher.
Right.
he was saying something in the video I did, like, because I watched that video, but then I also watched the video of him talking about it. Because even before you sent that to me, I had already was aware of it, and he had posted another video after he was fired,
Yeah,
and he was saying like he used to be a substitute to them. So he was saying something I can't remember, but he was like how all the students basically mess with him. Like you know most people
No, I got you.
Parents.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I didn't feel it was a firing moment, but I definitely felt like it was a teacher moment. But yeah, but I'll be honest with you. If I saw my daughter in that video, it would be a fucking problem. I would be up at the school the next day, and I would be a problem person for the school until he came to me and apologized and let me know that shit would never happen again. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why they fired him, because they ain't want teachers like you. Parents like me. It was gonna be a problem.
Oh, wow. I mean,
and it's also accountability. Like they got to show accountability. So
yeah, especially because it went viral, and that's the thing. If he never posted it,
I don't give a shit if it went viral or not. I found out.
No, that's what I mean. If it didn't go viral, they probably wouldn't have fired him. That's what I'm saying.
We wouldn't even have heard about it.
Exactly.
We wouldn't even heard about it.
That's what I'm saying.
But the only reason he live streamed it, so that was his fault. You know
what I'm saying? But even though that's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. If he never live streamed it, I don't understand that. If he never did that, if it never went viral, it wouldn't have been anything.
Yeah, and I think it's stupid as a teacher for you to live stream any underage children anyway.
Yeah,
doing anything.
Because don't you both you signed something for your kid?
I think he had that. Did he have that? I thought he mentioned that in the video. Like he had them sign.
Yeah, because you guys.
I think he did. I think he did.
He did mention that.
He did mention that. You're right. He did mention he had them sign.
He had authorized like stuff. He had the parents sign like the authorized forms for like media release because the parents follow him on TikTok.
Okay.
See, that's another layer to it.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like,
still, like I said, it wasn't firing teachable moment. Teachable moment.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Definitely.
But he damn sure would have got my signature. He would have got my signature.
That's what I'm saying. So that go back to he might have had the parents' authorization though.
That don't make it right.
No, but I ain't saying, but it don't make it right. But if but if it's that brings another dimension into it. If the parents knew of him and they you know what I mean? Like,
he made it clear the parents knew of him.
Yeah, and they was okay with the relationship that he had with them. That's all I was saying. Like, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just bringing the other aspects into it. Like, okay, that baby definitely probably maybe shouldn't have been fired if he did have. You know what I mean? It was just bad judgment for you to.
It's just a bad look.
Grown man,
it's really just a bad look. You know what
I'm
saying?
And then, you got little girls braiding your hair.
And then, first of all, he shouldn't have recorded. Second of all, me myself personally, let's say if I was ever in that situation, whatever the case may be, I would have paid the girls, paid them like it was a job, made it into a like I'm not
that might have been even worse, Rodney. No.
I mean, I would have asked the parents, be like, hey, yo, I'm giving, $20 to help undo my hair or some shit. I don't know. But I wouldn't be in that situation anyway. I'd look at it better. Shit, I don't care what you say. I would look at it better. I would still be mad, but I'll look at it better. I was like, well, shit, at least now it's a job. Now it's something. I don't know. But so anyway.
First
of all, I'm trying to sugarcoat.
Hey, if he gave your daughter $20 to undo his head, you probably have been even madder.
I don't think so. I'm just being honest. I don't think so. I would have been less mad. I definitely would have been less mad.
I don't know, Rodney.
Because now it feels like he's, hey, man, because it's a difference.
What you think?
I think the only way Rodney wouldn't have been mad is if it was a cosmetology class and my man walked in there with cosmetology students.
That's
Yeah,
true.
That's
Then I
I
wouldn't have
think
been
that's
mad
the
at all.
I think that's the
yeah.
only way he
Yeah.
wouldn't have been mad. And
I
that
Then
don't
I
that
think
wouldn't have
would have
been
been the
mad at
only
all.
that
I
would have
don't
been the
think the
only
money
way
would
it
have
would have been
changed. I don't think the
understandable.
money would have changed nothing.
Yeah.
I think it
That
would have.
yeah.
I'm giving my
Yeah.
best. I'm giving my best opinion. So that's all I got.
That's because you're on a 10 right now. Let's catch
Hey.
him on another week when he
Catch him on that 5 and see what he says.
hey. No
All
food.
right, fellas. All right. Well, hey, man, I'm just saying. But anyway, I still wouldn't have been happy. I damn sure wouldn't have signed that permission slip for them to be
Of
doing it in
course.
his head. So, but anyway, we're gonna move on to the next to our segments of the week. We're gonna go ahead and start off with you know him. Hold on. Oh man, I'm not ready. I should have been ready all this talking, right? Y'all,
No, that's
y'all
all
know
good.
him as
Get
Mr.
comfortable.
Bitcoin. We know him as Matty Ice Cold Crypto, the diversified hustler who's wealthy and blessed. So here we go.
Mr. Bitcoin, bring me money.
There we go. All right, Matty Ice, what you got for us this week?
I'm just bringing another topic, of course, in the crypto space, man, and it's something I think people should look out for that's coming up. I know I talked about the DePIN space. That's the decentralized infrastructure that people are building. It was similar like to Airbnb, but they're using people to build different virtual infrastructures. But now I'm talking about RWAs, which stands for real world assets. They are actually tokenizing real world assets. Some people may have heard of this. It's similar to what people may have heard of with NFTs, which are called non-fungible tokens. And there was a big NFT craze a few years ago, but that's when people were tokenizing JPEGs and pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Now they're actually tokenizing real world tangible assets. So they're tokenizing gold, they're tokenizing silver, real estate, motor vehicles, and different things like that. So it's called RWA. So like some things they're doing, like you can buy into these things and people are buying like fleets of cars and you can be part of that and actually own a percentage of these cars. So then when the cars get rented out, you actually earn money from the leasing and renting of these cars. They're tokenizing real estate. So when the houses are sold or the houses are rented out, you are paid via crypto through these real world assets. Gold, you have gold. You own these. You don't have to actually hold the gold, but you have a token that's based upon gold. So these are some of the things that are happening. A lot of major companies, banks, are getting into the tokenization of real world assets and putting them on the blockchain. And I think that's going to be a huge thing, especially I believe so in real estate. A lot of real estate will be sold through the blockchain. Anybody who's familiar with real estate, you have to go through a title company to find out who owns this, who owns that, this. But once real estate is put on the blockchain, anybody will be able to look up a certain piece of real estate and see who owns it, and and different things. So it's going to put a lot of title companies out of business. I don't think it's something that's going to happen overnight, but I do see a opportunity there if you can figure out some of these. They're on different blockchains. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, but it's called real world asset RWAs. That's a new form of cryptocurrency where they're tokenizing real world assets that you can own on the blockchain.
So explain to me this. I understand how, like, let's just use a house, right? How does somebody buy a house considering like what it takes to buy a house? Just like you said, title companies, registration with the county, ownership. The banks actually own your home, of course, until you pay off the loan, right? And then even there,
Mhm.
it can be argued that you still don't own your home because most of the time the
Yeah,
county
property tax. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
The county
But
still
so
owns your home.
yeah, so how is it that I can buy that house on token versus going through the normal way that like explain to me how I can account for that I own that house? Is it the same way as that I account that I own Bitcoin? Um, like what's the proof that I will own this house? You follow me?
Yeah. No, I get it. And it's similar. So there's people who have been scammed out of their houses with paperwork,
Of
right?
course.
So there, even on the paperwork side, there's ways that it's still not, I guess, not guaranteed, but that's just the way that we're used to doing
Mhm.
things. So when it comes to something on the blockchain, the reason why it can be done is because the ledger is public and you own that key. So you'll be able to see who owns it at that moment in time. So, and there is another element which is called smart contracts. So there will be taxes and all of that, but all of that
Of
will be
course.
done under these smart contracts that live on the blockchain as well.
Got it.
That shows that there could be, so you can still have a lien through smart contracts.
Got it.
That, you know what I mean? So a lot of the same things could be done, but it's going to take a lot of the paperwork and human error out of it through the blockchain, through smart contracts. So if you understand smart contracts, you'll know that all of that language will be written in code as far as who owns it, when the lien is taken off. You still have to pay your mortgage every month, pay different things, and you know what I mean. But it'll be all done through the blockchain and through smart contracts, and it'll be harder for someone to steal it, and it's going to make property and different things a lot more liquid than they are now, because
Yeah.
you might be able to sell off a percentage of something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to make it's going to change the game.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So
Yeah.
the way I vision, I'm just making sure I understand is like, for instance, let's say you have a house, you bought a house, you have it on Airbnb. You'll now be able to take maybe that contract and be like, okay, well, this house is making, let's say it's making, I don't know, I'll say $1,500, or let's use an even number, $1,000 a month. This house is making in revenue. So you're basically saying, but if you put in so much, if you put in 10,000, I'm just throwing numbers out there. Now,
Yeah,
if you put in 10,000, you get 1% of this house that's making a revenue. So every time it makes a revenue, you'll get 1% of that revenue.
yeah.
Is that
They already have things like that that you can do, is like Fundrise. There's a couple of companies already doing things like that, but it's just becoming more. It's going to be more liquid, I can say, where you can more easily transfer ownership of these assets. You know what I'm saying? Like once it's tokenized, you can be somewhere and you can sell off of like a percentage of your house to pay for something. Like,
yeah.
look,
or you can sell off a percentage for a certain amount of time. Like you can sell it off for 6 months or
exactly,
a year or 2 years.
Exactly.
It's kind of very similar to what musicians are getting into and doing now, where they're selling their catalogs for a certain amount of years for a certain amount of money.
Exactly. When it comes to music and copyright, that's what they honestly don't like. Because what's his name? The Bama who in jail for shooting off the baby toe.
I I know
Ty,
you're talking
what's his,
about.
hey, what's my
Nah,
man?
nah, nah. It's what's his name? God damn, now you made me the little short dude for shooting off
Yeah, man.
Megan Thee Stallion's
He
tail.
shot Megan Thee
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but I know you're
Tory
talking about. Go
Lane.
ahead. Tory Lane, yeah.
So what he did was he sold his album as an NFT, and he put a video out like he changed the game. He was going off how he made $1 million in a minute. So he sold his album as an NFT, and then people are able to then again resell the album, and then he still gets a percentage of it. But it allowed the people who supported him to also benefit off of his album sales. So it's things like that that are going to change the landscape of a lot of industries when it comes to being able to tokenize artwork, copyright, and anything. So let's say, for instance, you're an artist and you're trying to put an album out. So you're like, hey, I need help with my studio time, X, Y, and Z, and then these people buy into you and help pay for putting your album out. So you don't even need that distribution. You can have your fans help. And then once the album is sold and different things, those people who supported you will get a piece of the revenue, and it's all based through smart contracts. And and the record companies do not want to see that happen. It's going to change the way, like, what is it called? Crowdfunding. It's a new age of crowdfunding, and it's going to change the way a lot of things are done.
The other issue is that it's just going to start a new age of Ponzi schemes too.
Yep.
But that's with anything. Like it's going to be.
I got you.
There's a dark side to everything. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But you know what I mean? Let's say, for instance, you were trying to start a business or build a house or do something like that. So now you're like, hey, let's everybody chip in, and this is a way to keep track of it, and you can physically see that you do have a percentage of this ownership on the blockchain. And then these coins, you know what I mean? It's still being worked out. It's not perfected at this moment, but it is changing the way that we're going to be able to do things, and it's going to make real estate and a lot of stuff be a lot more liquid than it is now. Because right now, real estate is a great investment, but it's not very liquid. But it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be.
All right. Sounds interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next segment, which is Coach, which is Money Talks. Hold on, here we go.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money.
Dollar. Ching, bling, bling, cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter.
All right, there we go, Coach.
No, what's good with y'all, man? Like, I guess the topic of the day, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to talk about is unexpected expenses, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about unexpected expenses, but we're going to put a little spin on it. Like, what to do when you ain't got money for unexpected expenses, right? So, car breaks down, medical bills, leak in the house. I know some people deal with that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And literally, or just a sick child, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, something of that nature. Or you got to come up with the bread right then and there. And it was an expense that you didn't have budgeted. It was an emergency expense. You really need to, you know what I'm saying, get it right now. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, most of us deal with the car situation. You know what I'm saying? Because that's typically always the most unexpected expense. But there's a couple out there that, you know what I'm saying, I just wanted to talk about. But I really wanted to get to the nitty gritty and say, how do you deal with it, right? When an unexpected expense comes up, you know what I'm saying, most of us panic. We start worrying. We start trying to figure it out in our head. We're men, so we're solution driven, right? And we're 24-hour driven, believe it or not. We wake up great, motivated, ready to go, trying to find the answers to everything that day. Then we go to sleep, and then we do the exact same thing again. That's just naturally, as men, is what we do. But when an unexpected expense comes into play, the very first thing you want to do is stay calm. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell everybody, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard. It's very difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got to kick out 2 or 3 grand to fix a car that you use to go to work every day or drop off the kids, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't really got the 2 or 3 grand to fix it. So now your head starts spinning. You start thinking about how you going to get the kids to work, how you going to do anything. But the very first thing is to sit back, stay calm, and take a deep breath and start thinking about things, right? What a lot of people don't think about when it comes to unexpected expenses is the second thing you should do is ask whoever is going to fix it or not fix it about a payment plan, right? Oftentimes we think we got to pay in bulk the unexpected expense, but there are a lot of different options out there to where you can ask for special financing, you can ask for payment plans. I've even seen some companies do in-house payment plans where it's not pulling a credit report. It's not pulling, you know what I'm saying, your finances or anything of that nature. It's literally just, you know what I'm saying, signing paperwork to where you'll pay a monthly bill. Other thing people need to understand is that medical expenses that are unexpected, they do payment plans for medical expenses as well. So that's another thing that people got to really, really think about. Stay calm, start talking about payment plans. Another step to get out of, you know what I'm saying, to help you with your unexpected expense panic is, I mean, you can consider borrowing money from your family. We've talked about borrowing money before, right? Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing, sometimes your family has it, sometimes they don't. You know what I mean? But that's the next thing you need to look towards. See if somebody can actually help you. You may be shocked. The third thing I recommend, but I don't recommend, I'll throw it out there, but credit card. You can put your unexpected expense on a credit card. That's one way to actually save your bank account. If you do have the money for the unexpected expense and it just wasn't budgeted, you can actually put it on a credit card and budget the credit card payment and do it that way. So that's another option, but be very careful with that, because oftentimes if you're not disciplined enough with your credit card, you'll end up paying way more than what you need to pay for the expense. So if you utilize credit cards for unexpected expenses, you need to ensure that you are then budgeting back into your normal budget the paying off of that credit card. So that's one way of actually, you know what I'm saying, taking on an unexpected expense when you don't have money. The fifth thing will require credit. You know what I'm saying? You can apply for a personal loan. Personal loans can, you know what I'm saying, help you out. Some are unsecured, some are secure. You can put up your assets to pay for unexpected expense. It will calm you. But if you start off with being calm, you'll be able to think your way through all of this stuff. So I just will always revert back to stay calm, literally think about the options that you have in front of you, you know what I'm saying, and then execute. Don't just panic and worry about what the problem is, but you got to start working towards a smart solution. A lot of times, a lot of people don't do this, but we do have a lot of stuff we can sell.
That is true.
You know what I mean? And when you got an unexpected expense, I'm pretty sure you got some things that you can part ways with and actually sell to help you cover some of that unexpected expense. Right? It may not be things that you want to sell, but depending on how deep that expense is, you know what I'm saying, and depending on what that expense is, you may consider selling some of your high value items that you have in your house. Now, don't sell your car when you need your car to go to work to pay off a medical bill. Like, that don't make sense, right? You know what I mean? But find things that you can sell quickly.
Medical bills.
Right, exactly. Nobody care about the medical bills, as far as I'm concerned. But that's just me. But one thing that people don't realize that still make money to these days is old-fashioned garage sales.
Huh?
Believe it or
Yeah.
not. Now I know there's a lot of people living
I
HOAs.
believe
You can't do garage sales, but you can go to flea markets and sell your stuff. You can make all of that side money to help you with the unexpected expense. You can try to increase your income, which I mean that is here nor there. I mean, if people can increase their income on a daily basis, they would try and do that, and so forth. But yeah, it's not something that I would say would be your top priority. And when you come up with an unexpected expense, trying to increase your income is selling stuff. Rodney may like this last one. Well, the last two. It's the second to last one. But one of the recommendations is you could go gamble what you got to see if you can double up. See if you can double up what you got to pay that unexpected bill. Now I'm telling you, if you don't understand the game of blackjack or the game of poker, don't go walking in the room with an unexpected expense gambling. But that's a
Nah,
last resort.
that's a last resort. I don't
That's
know.
the last resort. Like if you go in there, you put your last time on black.
Nah,
Understand?
man. Let me
What
tell
up?
you, as a
Hey,
professional
what?
gambler,
Can,
hold
can,
on.
can, can you mask up?
You
There you go.
could. Hey, look. Hey, you definitely could. That's number 12, right? Like you
I
can go
don't
rob
endorse
the
that. I'm
bank,
just saying.
right?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Hey,
Some people they are dying needs, but understand there are consequences and repercussions to
This is the
everything.
everything. All these scissors.
shit don't need to get fixed if you in jail.
It really don't. It really don't. And it's karma, baby. Like you might get that fixed and everything else break on you, bro. You got
Yeah.
back up
Yeah, that's
again.
true
You
too.
know what I mean? Like that's the one thing about karma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's
last
all
time,
jokes,
But
y'all.
hold on. But
Don't do
before you
that.
go back to that, real quick, gambling. Let me tell you something. If you go gamble and you need the money, you losing that
Oh,
money.
you
Don't
lose.
even worry about it.
losing
You
that
losing it
money.
every time. Don't ever go gamble needing money because that is a no haps. Never
Yes.
works.
It never works. It never works.
Hey, or you can start a fans only page and show your feet.
There you go.
You can do so.
100%.
Hey, that's increasing your income. You can find other streams of income. I'm with it.
Mhm.
But the last one is that you can freeze your current spending. Right, you can always take a look at your actual expenses that you're actually putting out, and you can rob Peter to pay Paul for a little bit to pay for that unexpected expense. Right.
That's
So
one of the things that usually happen in my house.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
hey.
but we're talking about emergency unexpected expenses, right? We're not talking about your daily budget. But if you need to get something paid because it has a significant impact on your life, then you know what I'm saying, those are a couple tips that you need to utilize. I'll revert back to what I'm saying, my budgeting thing. Unexpected expenses happen, but there's also a smart way to incorporate those unexpected expenses into your budget, right? If you guys are living high and you're doing great and you have a credit card out there I always recommend keep one credit card that is free and clear of any debt, right? That it has a zero balance on it. You can carry it if you can get up to $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 credit card. Just hold it for no reason at all, because when you utilize credit, you can budget your actual liquid cash to pay that credit off, right? Without spending your liquid cash. So you're actually doubling up on your emergency fund, believe it or not.
Yeah. It's good. And just
So
depend on that credit card because eventually you got to pay it.
you got to pay it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. I did say that though. I said you can budget to pay that credit card off, right? But you may not lose all of your liquid cash right
Yeah.
off
And
the
then
gate.
if shit do hit the fan, that credit card might gotta wait.
That credit card might gotta get thrown in the trash too, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's I mean, but you know what I'm saying. But that will at least get you through point A, right? You know what I'm saying.
Fact.
And that's really the goal, to get you back on track to where, hey, yeah, you got some more debt. Yeah, your budget, you might not be able to take that vacation. It's gonna impact budget. It's gonna impact everything. but it's gonna get you back onto your even keel, your normal posture, right?
Then,
Without the worry.
then you always have a good friend like Coach who got deep pockets who you can call and,
Exactly.
No,
ask
sir.
for a loan.
You got,
Mhm.
I said that. I did say. I said you borrow from family. We all family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I charge American Express rates though.
How
You know
many
what
points,
I
man? How many points, man? Come on.
All right, word. As long as I owe you, you'll never be broke. That's what I'm gonna say too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Shoot.
saying? That's how I feel.
Yeah.
As long as I owe
So
you,
yeah,
you'll
man,
never be broke.
that's just it. Stay calm, know your options, evaluate the expense, and then get through it, right? And that's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? Do not drive yourself mentally crazy.
Man,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Don't bang your
Yeah.
head against the wall. Don't make rash decisions.
I always say the bill's still gonna be there.
The
You know what I'm
bills
saying?
are
Like,
still gonna be
that
there.
shit's still gonna be there.
Yes, they
You know
are.
what I'm saying? But you'll be surprised how many people, especially when if you have something that is in that price bracket of, let's say, $2,000, 2,500, $3,000, people will work with you. They know a lot of people don't
Yes.
got $3,000 off the break. You know what I'm saying? But they'll work with you, but you gotta make sure you pay them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you do.
You know, that's the. But if once you build that credit, even with people in businesses like mechanics and stuff like that, like my old mechanic, I'm mad he retired, but that was my man. But sure enough, my car broke down. He knew I ain't had that right off the break. You know what I'm saying? If I needed it was $1,500 to get it fixed or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? He worked with me, and you know that's the way the business goes. You got but you got to make sure you do that. Like when the tree fell on my roof, and my roof I knew to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, man, hey, I ain't got this junk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was like, I got you. How much a month? You know what I'm saying? They'll work with you as long as you pay people their money, and they ain't got to come looking for you. You know what I'm saying? So you can earn that credit with them. Because I'll be honest with you, I have no credit cards. I've never had a credit card. You know what I'm saying? But I got a lot of credit with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I went and bought ice cream at Matty Ice. I told Matty Ice, I was like, come on, man, you gonna act like this? You ain't gonna you ain't gonna let this $5 slide? He ain't let it slide, but I could have got it. And he let me borrow a quarter for
I borrowed. I let him
35
borrow a
minutes.
quarter, man. So where my quarter at, man?
Yeah.
Man, he ain't getting back, did he?
Nah, I gave it back. And gave it back. It's
I
all good.
told him to hold it,
Matt,
man,
he
if he
still owe
needed
me
it, man.
$2 from Wild World, Matt. He still owe me $2 from Wild.
Yeah, well, like I said, as long as I owe you, you'll never be broke.
Where's my $2? What's that joint? The bear was chasing the
Right.
bear on the bike and $2.
All right. It's the part he be talking about inflation. That's the part that I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? That $2 then became 200,000 now. He talking about that.
You can't get nothing for $2, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, even a bag of chips, $2.49. I can't believe that. I still refuse to pay $2.49 for that 90. For that it was like 25 cents at one point in time, I think. Shit, at the cheapest. I still refuse to pay $2.50 for that little ass bag of chips. Of egg. It ain't even chips, it's egg. Anyway, we're gonna get let's get ready to get into the next topic, which is the entertainment page.
My patience is waning.
Is this entertaining?
All right, fellas. So it's been a while since I've done the entertainment page and actually talked about entertainment. Been talking about vacation. So I want to come in and go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. So for me, the elephant in the room is the Cat Williams comedy special, Woke Folk. So, as y'all know, the biggest thing that has happened this year that blew up the internet, billions, even bigger than Drake and Kendrick, has been Cat Williams sitting on Shannon Sharp's couch and giving his, I guess, like declaration of independence for the comedy world and who's this and who's that and what's going on and blah, blah, blah. So first question I got for y'all fellas is, did y'all watch the special?
I have not.
I have not, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because every person I talked to said the joint was trash.
All right. Matty Ice, is there a reason why you haven't watched it?
No, because I
You just
saw
don't-
that he did something, but I didn't. It didn't make. I didn't want to watch it. Like, to be honest, like I wasn't. Yeah, it
All
never
right.
made me want to watch it.
All right. So, fellas, it
And they say he
definitely.
bombed on the joint. I did hear
Yeah.
something like something came out and they were like Cat Williams bombed the same night. So I don't
Well,
know. What
I
you
did. I didn't. I thought it was mediocre at best. I would give it. If I give it an 0 out of 10, it's like a 6. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? For what he did to talk about all those comedians and this, that, and the other. Now let's get this straight. I am a Cat Williams fan. I like his comedy. He has other comedy specials that I found were hilarious, and even
Yep.
will put him in the classic category. This one was not it. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? This one was not it at all. Now, the trolling part about it is that the reason it's being really considered a bomb is because it's not number one on Netflix. And the reason why it's not number one on Netflix is because Kevin Hart
that's what I was
is
about to say.
releasing shit left and right to make sure that it does not sit on the number one spot as a trolling thing. It's
Are you
really
serious?
something petty.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
dog.
But how was that? How was that? Like if he must got material to release.
No, he's not. It's not even his material. But it's not even his material. He's releasing. But Kevin Hart produced and made the and hosted the Tom Brady roast, which came out the day after Cat Williams' release.
They said that
So-
joint was funny.
And that
Hey,
shit
but-
was hilarious.
And
Now,
so to say, I see. But if Cat Williams' joint was funny and he was as big a deal as he was, it wouldn't matter what came out. You know what I'm saying? So if
Well,
his
the
shit was
thing
funny,
is-
because even
yeah,
you
yeah.
said it was mediocre. So if that shit was fire, it'll stand on its own.
yeah,
So
yeah. But if there's nothing else out there, then Cat
True
Williams
that.
would
I
be
get what
number
you're
one.
saying.
You know what
it
I'm
would have
saying?
been, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been number one, but Kevin
Yeah.
Hart has released that, and now this week to back it up to make sure he don't get it, he released the Mark Twain Award that he received,
Hey, but
and the lineup on that is amazing. He got Jerry Springer on, not Jerry Springer, Jerry Seinfeld on that. He got Dave Chappelle on that. He got Tiffany Haddish who bombed. She was terrible, but you know, she's got all these stars that people. Anytime Dave Chappelle's on something, it's going to be number one, even without Kevin Hart. If Dave Chappelle talks for 15 minutes, everybody's watching it. You know what I'm saying? So Dave Chappelle's on the joint, blah blah blah. So I mean, right now it's been out for a week. He was number one on Netflix for I think 12 hours. That was it. Now he's number 4. Because
he gonna be number 5
and guess
when
who's number
Bridgerton
1
come
and number
out.
2? Guess who's number 1 and number 2?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, the comedy roast of Tom Brady, and then number 2 is his release of the show, his Mark Twain, number 1 and number 2 right now. Kevin Hart, and
That's
he's
crazy.
number 4. So, you know, I think it's kind of poetic justice in my opinion. I watched both of those Kevin Hart specials, and the Tom Brady jump was hilarious, son. And it was great to see. It was just you know, and I'm not a Tom Brady fan at all. You know what I'm saying? But it was interesting just to see him in a light. And I mean, when they got Coach Bill Belichick on there, I was 100% sold. I had to watch that joint. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's a star-studded cast on there too. So you know, it was a really good show in my opinion.
Right.
And so, you know, he's number 1 now. The next show is with Dave Chappelle that just released this weekend. And so now Kevin Hart's number 1 and number 2, and you know your boys. I think he's trending at number 4 right now. So
Really? Okay.
yeah. So you know, I was just curious if y'all watched that. I got another show that I'm curious if y'all watched. On Netflix. It's now trending right now. Number 3. It's called Baby Reindeer.
No.
And it is not something I normally would have watched, but you know, I was on a plane for 23 hours, so I think I watched everything you could possibly watch in those 23 hours, and I definitely watched Baby Reindeer doing the joint. Now, all right. So a lot of my people that have watched it have now came out and compared it to they called it the Caucasian version of the Diddy story. So, hey Matt, yes, have you watched Baby Reindeer? I doubt you do, because none of us would have watched. I wouldn't have watched it if it hadn't been. I was on a plane for 23 hours.
I'm not even familiar with it.
All right. So here's the story. It's a story about a bartender in London. It's based in London, and it's about a stalker that comes into his bar and stalks him. Now, the stalker is one part of the story. The second part of the story that they make equivalent to Diddy was that they're saying out there in the Black Twitter universe that this was exactly how Diddy did and got artists and did what he did, allegedly did. So in the movie Black Reindeer, he is a struggling comedian who also bartends. He has a stalker. During his time, he meets a popular writer for a comedy show. It's supposed to be like the equivalent of South Park. He finds the writer of what's like the equivalent of South Park, this show, blah, blah, blah. The writer comes and tells him, you know, come with me. You're going to help me write for my show. He then proceeds to give him every drug known to man. So he's like, yeah, this will help you with your writing. So you're like, he's doing meth, he's doing heroin, he's doing cocaine, and he's getting drugged out. And when he gets drugged out, then the guy is taking advantage of him.
No.
And it is pretty graphic in the show. And that's what everybody is saying, that if you want to see how Diddy was doing, what he was doing, and how he was doing and getting these artists, allegedly, you now watch Baby Reindeer. So, but then it goes back to, at the end of it, he goes through that, he makes it through, he leaves the guy, he goes to counseling, he deals with his, but at the end of the show, he has a mental breakdown, and he actually just starts now accepting that circle. He goes back and works with that same guy, and then now he becomes a stalker for another person at the end of the movie. I'm giving the whole movie.
So it shows the cycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of how, you know, they wonder how everything happened. But I mean, it's pretty crazy. I done pretty much gave the whole movie away, so you ain't gotta watch it anyway.
I'm about to say, like, I don't even be into watching those type of movies nowadays, to be honest. Like, I like to hit, like, you know what I mean? Know the stories I go, but I be watching, I don't know. Yeah, like I don't be wanting to hear. Like, it's too much going on in the world, man. I'll be trying to give me some information, give me something to uplift me, man. It's too much. It's too much, man. I can't deal with it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
You know, when movies or whatever, like videos or anything, when it starts to like alter my emotions, me and my wife were talking about this earlier. When it starts to like alter your emotions, it's kind of like I just cut it off, because like I don't want. I was in a certain mood when I started this joint, and I don't want the movie giving me into a different mood.
Yeah,
emotionally. That's not the mood that I was in when I started. You know what I mean? And that's, I know not everybody's like that, but I'm
like that. I stopped watching the whole show.
I don't know. Maybe I don't have a soul. That might be my problem.
No,
I didn't bother me one bit.
Nah,
It's not good, bad, or indifferent,
but,
right? It's,
nah, you can't say that, Rodney, because you get emotionally invested in movies because you're a movie guy. So movies move you. You know what I'm saying? And but I don't want certain type of movies or shows to move me in a certain type of way. And I was just saying because it was a show that I used to watch and like. I used to watch The Chi. But then after a certain season, like after the girl came back home, I'm not sure if y'all saw it, and she got
I'm a Chi
kidnapped.
fan.
I stopped watching that joint because it was just sad, and I was like, I want to watch this on my Sunday evenings, and I stopped watching that joint.
That was tough. That season and that I know exactly what you're talking about. That was tough. That was tough because yeah, but you know, I guess, and I'm gonna say because Baby Reindeer didn't affect me because I'm be honest because it wasn't black people. I didn't relate. Like it was just like I was just like, well, they're stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, but what you saying about The Chi? Absolutely, that joint had me all the way messed up.
Yeah, I stopped watching that joint. The whole mood of the show changed. I was like, man, I'm not watching this no more.
But it's like that for a lot of things, not just movies. Like podcasts, if your energy is off, I'll turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Ratchet TV, I never got into that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we just doing stuff for the camera.
That's not true. I'm big into Maury though. I like Maury. I like Maury. I'll watch the hell out of Maury. But all the other Ratchet TV, you know, like once again, you know, fortunately, I guess you can call me racist or whatever you want, but when it comes to my people, I don't like watching that jump. But yeah, I can watch Jerry Springer and I can watch Maury. You know what I'm saying? And I can watch, but you know, I won't watch Real Housewives of anything, any Atlanta or DC or none of that, or what you call it. So you know, maybe that's it. Just it for me. I did want to give a shout out to Vance because you mentioned Beekeeper, and
that was Matt.
I hadn't was it Matt?
Yeah, that was Matt. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, damn, Matt, you actually got one right. I'm proud of you, dog.
Yeah, Beekeeper was like that,
and
I'm not sure if y'all watched it yet. Monkey Man is like that.
Yeah,
Monkey Man. I haven't watched that yet.
It's the Bruce Lee blend.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, Monkey Man.
What?
It's like a young.
It's like an Indian John Wick mixed with a Jordan Peele. I think was the director or producer. Yeah. It's called Monkey Man. It came out like a month ago.
Yeah.
Monkey Man. I think Vicky was watching that, and I was like, nah, I just tuned out.
Nah, you must have watched it then.
Nah,
you wouldn't tune out.
Yeah, Monkey Man. I'm gonna write it down. Okay.
He definitely the John Wick.
You might get out of Beekeeper. I mean, Beekeeper did, you know, it was one of them joints where I was like I said, I watched Beekeeper on the flight, and I also watched Fast and the Furious X, which I said I would never watch. But, you know, like I said, I was on 23 hours of plays. I was watching everything, dog. I'm talking about everything. But Beekeeper was actually one of the better movies that I watched while I was on there.
Yeah, like but hey, he been in some good Statham. He been in some good movies.
Statham.
If y'all haven't seen Wrath of Man, it came out a year or two ago.
Yeah, I seen it, but I don't remember it to be.
Oh, Wrath of Man, that's one of my favorite movies with him. That joint like
it. One of my favorite movies. I'm trying to think of one of my favorite movies with him in it.
With Jason Statham.
Jason Statham would be. I like the first Transporter before it became super stupid.
Yeah.
And then I liked. Was that him in Cranked? I kind of remember if that was him in Cranked.
Yeah, I think so.
The first Cranked was good, but then they came out with a second one, which was just. Yeah. But I mean, that was stupid too. You had to cut your brain off for that one. But the first Transporter I liked. Talking about him. But then I watched the, Fast and the Furious X, the 10. It wasn't as horrible as I thought it was going to be, but it was.
That's only because of Jason Momoa and his character.
I liked him. I like him too.
Made that movie better than the last couple.
Yeah.
Because his character was psychotic, and that's. That actually.
He had that real Joker vibe. Speaking of that, that's coming out with another Joker too.
Dog, I am psyched that they coming because you understand that is my favorite Joker movie.
The first Joker?
Yes, but
Okay.
it's not the best Joker because Heath Ledger got that locked for the
Yeah,
next 20
but
years.
you know what?
But-
I agree with you, and I don't agree with you because if that movie would have been so much, and Heath Ledger would have been so much better if they didn't dumb it down to PG-13. If they had made that a rated R movie,
if they had made it rated R, it would have been even more fire.
it would have
But
been
the
way
Joker,
better.
The Joker, the movie, shows that the disease is the criminal.
Yeah, mental health. It was
right. And not the person, dog. And this second one with Harley Quinn is going to be fire, bro.
I can't wait. I'm gonna watch it too.
I want to see how they're gonna do it. I'm interested in it.
I mean, they're gonna do it in the insane asylum, exactly where they met.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it.
All right, so now that you advance, kind of, you're going into my next question, which is there's a bunch of movies coming out, and I'm curious to what y'all are excited to see. But the problem I'm having is that every movie that's coming out is either a sequel or some type of prequel or some type of remake. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing there's nothing coming out that is original right now. And I'm just going to give you a list of the movies that are coming out that are all one of those categories. And it's crazy. They're coming out with Mufasa. So, you know, the original story of the Lion King. They're coming out
they're doing that live action, ain't they?
Yeah. And they're coming out with Twisters, which is the sequel of Twister, which was like 1980. What you call it about tornadoes? They're coming out with a new Mad Max, which, you know, we already know Mad Max is. So they're coming out, I think, with another prequel that prequels the last prequel.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Good. Then they're coming out with, we already talked about this, Beverly Hills Cop. They're coming out with Bad Boys. They're coming out with a Gladiator 2, which I'm actually not happy about.
Are they?
Yes. Yeah, Denzel gonna be in that though. By the way,
is he in it, or I thought he was a producer?
No, I think he's in it.
He's in it. Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't heard of that. How they gonna do Gladiator?
Gladiator 2 is coming out.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do the chick's son. I think is going to be. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be like.
I don't know. I can't see the storyline for that. Just do a new movie. Like, all right.
Do a remake of Gladiator?
No, I said just do something totally different. Not even Don't call it Gladiator.
Yeah,
like I just can't see that. Like, that joint was done. It's finished. It was Maximus.
Then of course, Bad Boys, which now I'm curious are y'all going to go see Bad Boys?
I am.
No.
I'm going to see it.
I'm going to see Planet of the I want to see Planet of the Apes though.
This is going to be. I am going to see Planet of the Apes because that joint looks fire. But this Bad Boys, I think, is the transition. Like, we all thought the last one was the transition, but this one's going to be the transition actually to where Will Smith and them are gone. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go.
No, the movie stars them. They still in it.
No, what I mean is the last one they introduced his quote unquote son. They're gonna introduce another character, and then that's gonna be the end of them. And then they'll go on. Then they'll continue the series. They'll start the series over.
I hope not.
That's what they're gonna do.
I'm done with it.
It needs to be done. It needs to be done.
You really want to know what I want them to make?
What?
I want them to make that. What was the name of the movie? The Predator movie that came out. There was back when they were fighting.
Predator
No,
Predator the cowboy or whatever.
The Native American joint.
Oh, okay.
I want them to make the second one of that.
Man, I'm done with Predators too. I ain't watching no more of them.
Hey, dog, I love that movie, bro.
Everything a remake. It's nothing original no more.
That's because the original be too complex.
Wait,
Nah,
what?
it's,
No, it said.
it's
I mean, there's no original ideas.
they just build off of the nostalgia of old stuff. Like it's and I get it because it's easy money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they already got so they don't even got to create nothing no more. Like,
Well, the other thing too is, have they really? If you really think about it, with the COVID and with the strike, most of these movies would have came out 2 or 3 years ago,
yeah,
right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, like, and maybe or maybe not, we still be having this conversation. But I think because Netflix and they were dropping new movies, like, you know what I'm saying? The Harder They Fall got dropped. You know what I'm saying? Which is a new Western movie. You know what they're coming out with that nobody talking about? The Old Guard Part 2. That
Well, I
joint is
knew
a
that was
fire
coming
movie.
out, but that's going straight to Netflix. I'm talking about in
you say
theaters.
what's that?
The
Oh
Old
God,
Guard.
Oh God was good.
I'm
Yeah,
not even
Part
gonna
2 is
get on
coming
that
out.
one.
yeah, that was something over COVID that came out, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the
But
Old
I
God
mean,
is good, but
Netflix
I knew that was coming
slumming
out.
though.
Huh?
Netflix movie slumming.
Nah, shit. Not all of them. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't think so.
it's tough, and that's what I've been saying. Like, that's why a lot of the streaming companies having trouble keeping up because now they trying to come out with so much original content. They can't. I don't think they got the budget. You know what I
Well, I
mean?
don't
So
watch movies on Netflix anyway. I'm more of a big
Oh, you
I
go
like the
screen?
series, man. I'm in the series more than movies. Movies
I'm
don't
not.
interest me.
I don't really like series that much.
Yeah, I'm big in the
The
series.
reason why I don't like because I don't like investing that much time. I just want to see it and enjoy it and be done. Like series, you gotta invest too much of your time in any. Like I'm not trying to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to be a real good series. Like I'm looking forward to Game of Thrones joint coming back. It got to be
Hold on. We're gonna that's the last thing I'm gonna talk about. So
I
Yeah.
thought he was about to say I'm looking forward to Bridgerton coming out this week. That's what I thought he was about to say.
I'm done with Bridgerton too.
Oh man, Courtney, she wanted, she ready for Friday. That dream
Man,
about to
I stopped watching. I didn't watch. I didn't finish. I don't think I finished the second season. I got.
Really?
Yeah, I zoned out because the dude wasn't there no more. And once that happened, I was just like, I don't even know if they brought him back halfway through or what. But when he wasn't there in the beginning, I was just zoned out. I was like, yeah, this don't even put me on the map anymore. But let's go in. So let's go into this, fellas, because I did want to talk about Game of Thrones that's coming out. Game of Thrones will be out June 16th. The House of Dragons 2.
Yep.
I knew Coach is probably excited about it. I didn't, Matty X, I wasn't sure if you was a big Game of Thrones fan.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I watched Game of Thrones. Unlike you, I like the last. I like all of it. The last season.
Get the fuck out of here. Nobody liked the last season. Stop lying.
How you gonna say nobody?
Nobody. That was the worst thing ever. So I'm rewatching it and I'm so depressed. I don't even want to get. I don't want to get
you
back.
rewatching what, season 8?
No, I'm rewatching the whole thing from the beginning. I'm up at right
So
now. I think I'm in season 2, probably like episode 8 or 9.
Okay.
Hey, Rodney, when you say you didn't like the last season, are you talking about the prequel joint that came out, or you talking about the last Game of Thrones?
No, the original Game of Thrones last season was the worst season on television of all time.
Right, I have a question for you.
I'll tell you why.
Has Daenerys' brother died yet?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear what the prostitute told him?
Not I can remember off the top of my head.
Go back in that season and listen to the conversation that the prostitute told him.
Do you agree with Rod?
Pretty much what she told him is she asked him about what he had seen in the world. And she literally listed everything that was going to happen in Game of Thrones.
Okay, I'll rewatch it.
Just rewatch it.
Yeah, I'll rewatch it. But go ahead. was about to ask?
But I was asking Coach, did he agree with you that was the worst, that you didn't like the final season?
I mean, the final season was rushed. I understand why it was rushed because the final book isn't written. They did talk to the author about how it was going to end. And they changed writers, I believe, like at the end of it too. So
now what happened was the directors refused to do more than 10 episodes for the final season. And that was they put in 3 seasons in 10 episodes. So it was super rushed.
Yeah. So and so my thing is this. It got to the ultimate outcome, and from what they're saying, the book hasn't been. I don't think the book has been written still, but I think that it had some quirks in it that were okay, like the fact that she went plumb crazy, right? You know what I mean? Like that, she pretty much went mad, like her father.
Mad King.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that at least they were able to capture that, but I think it just felt rushed. The whole brand being the I kind of understood that a while back, right? But it was not the best season at all. You know what I mean?
I got one thing.
I would have given
It definitely wasn't.
5.
I enjoyed it.
The worst season.
It was the worst thing. I got one thing. I got one huge problem.
You probably about to say what I was about to say too.
Go ahead. Nah, go ahead.
Well, now my problem was the CGI. Like that first episode, you couldn't even see the dragons in the clouds. I think a lot of people was complaining about that. I was like the graphics wasn't good. Like I ain't like a lot of that was my biggest gripe with that joint. Like it was something didn't look right with it, you know. But the story wasn't my big issue. It was other stuff that I didn't like about.
Story was my problem. Grey Worm not immediately killing Jon Snow was my issue. That was my issue. He killed Daenerys, and Grey Worm didn't do a fucking thing, and actually turned them back into the whatchamacallit. I was livid.
You know why? Because
I don't care why.
Grey Worm knew she was wrong.
Don't mean shit to me. Grey Worm fought his life for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. You don't kill my queen and get to go to the fucking get a trial. Nah, that ain't how it works for me. That was just my own huge issue I had. You know, that he going to now take him to let him go to a trial or whatever to be judged by people he ain't like anyway. Grey Worm ain't never liked Jon Snow. He told him he wanted to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that would have definitely killed him. It wouldn't even have been a second thought. Grey Worm was a
He
monster.
may have won.
Yeah, I gotta watch it again. He sent the move. I gotta see that joint again.
Grey Worm.
He had nothing to live for. His girl was dead. His queen was dead.
That still don't mean he gonna beat. That still don't mean he gonna beat Jon Snow.
Oh, he would have murdered Jon Snow, man. Jon Snow.
Jon Snow had came back. Jon Snow was immortal at that point, wasn't he?
I mean, he's dead. I don't know if he's immortal.
I don't know if he's immortal.
My man Ramsay Bolton had him on the ropes.
You say who?
Yeah.
My man Ramsay Bolton had him on the ropes. That
beat his face in.
Dog, you're crazy. The only reason he won, only reason he didn't kill Jon Snow was because of Sansa.
The fact when they was in the little,
That's the only reason Jon Snow did not die was because of Sansa. It was not because of
Jon Snow.
It wasn't because of Jon Snow.
What do you know?
Y'all know that so the Jon Snow joint is canceled. They're not doing the Snow.
Really?
The Snow, what you call it anymore? Prequel. Or what? It wouldn't have been a prequel. It would have been after.
So y'all ain't mess with Jon Snow.
No, I mess with Jon Snow.
I mess with Jon Snow.
I mess with Jon Snow. I'm just saying that that Grey Worm should have executed his ass as soon as he killed Daenerys. I don't understand why he didn't. It didn't make sense. and then to take him to the trial to let him live. Grey Worm had nothing to live for. He had nothing to live for. Like, why you spent the entire, defending her to the death about no matter what was going, and
that's because they
now
lived by honor back then. That's why he didn't do it.
That's exactly why he should have killed him. Exactly why
he didn't agree with
No,
what she
that's
had
what I'm
done.
saying. You see what I'm saying, Coach? That's why he didn't do it.
Yeah, he didn't agree with what she had done. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
Well, they also believe that it didn't matter what they did. You honored you if you were the king's guard, whatever, it didn't matter what the king did. You fucking killed it. Nah, I wouldn't let that nigga get away with it. That's just me. Grey Worm, if I was Grey Worm, I would have executed him instantly and wouldn't have thought twice. So I'm just saying, I look at things the way I feel, that the way they set it up. Grey Worm was willing to die for her no matter what. And then when the time she actually died, he ain't do shit.
Hey, but that's the thing. See, you got it. So
I'm on the Grey Worm scene now.
But you answered your own question right there.
What?
He would have killed him to stop him from killing her. But once she was dead, it was done. That's what it was done. And that's why he didn't kill him. Because he didn't agree, but she dead now. But he wouldn't have let him kill her. Like, he would have stopped it. He would have defended her.
I still feel like that whole scene and him doing that whole Jon Snow scene was bullshit anyway. So,
that's how I kind of take it. Like,
that was bullshit anyway. But, it is what it is. That's how they wrote it. It's over with. I think that was a terrible season. That to me, that season makes it not be the greatest series of all time.
But you gonna watch
if they had did that right, who me? Yeah, but I watched The Wire a million times, and I watched Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
I'm just saying.
I think all those series are better than Game of Thrones just because of that last season. That last season was that bad to me.
Nah, I like the last season.
The Wire, I feel like, was written from beginning to end, nothing bad at all. It was every aspect of it.
I don't agree with that. I'm a big Wire fan, but
tell me a bad. The Wire doesn't have a bad episode that doesn't mean something. Not even one episode.
It was certain things with the Wire that was starting to irritate me, and I love the Wire. We ain't gonna get into that.
My opinion.
Emotionally attached, but yeah.
No, I want the smoke. I'm for the smoke. You can bring the smoke.
That's why I said we're not even gonna go there. That's why I said we're not even gonna go there with the Wire tonight.
All right, we're gonna get ready. We're gonna get ready to get into our last conversation. That's because it's Mother's Day. I just want to take some time to give some credit here on the show to some great mothers in my life who have been there for me, and just giving them a little recognition. I believe in giving people flowers while they can still receive them. I don't know if I've said this, but my mom did pass away in 2017. So Mother's Day has been a difficult thing for me since she passed away. My mom was an excellent mother, an excellent woman, just a person in general. I know she was excellent to everybody who was there. So, I just want to give shout outs, of course. I do want to shout out to my Aunt Maria, who's still living, who has, lately I've been spending a lot more time with her, and as she's getting older and spending time with her, but she was like one of my second moms. I was blessed to have many of those second moms throughout my life, including Vance's mother and including, my Aunt Rose, who are all women who helped raise me to be the man I am. So happy Mother's Day to all of y'all, all of them. And also, of course, happy Mother's Day to my beautiful wife, who is an exceptional mother, woman, and just a woman of God who has definitely helped to get this knucklehead man to where he is now and growing even further. And I want to thank her for being that woman that, has stood by me, by my side, even when I was wrong. She is my Grey Worm, And if somebody kills me, she better not walk away, goddamn it. So that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, all right. Yeah, anybody else got a shout out they want to throw out there?
Hey, I mean, I shout out, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Mother's Day, you know what I'm saying, is a little bit more difficult, you know what I'm saying, because my mom passed away as well. So, you know what I'm saying, love her to death, still to this day, still, you know what I'm saying, can hear her voice speaking to me, you know what I'm saying, in the time of need and so forth. And you know what I'm saying, shout out to, you know what I'm saying, all the mothers that I know and all the ladies that are moms, you know what I'm saying, you guys deserve the day, you deserve more than a day. Hopefully you're being appreciated outside of just this regular holiday, which is, you know what I'm saying, dedicated to you guys. Shout out to my sister who acts like my mom all the time. She's 12 years older than me. So she practically raised me as well, you know what I'm saying, along with my parents. So, you know what I'm saying, and last but not least, you know what I'm saying, mother-in-law and my beautiful wife, you know what I mean. My wife is outstanding. She's an outstanding mom. She makes sure the kids are taken care of. She does a lot of the things that I don't like doing. And I do a lot of things she don't like doing, but she's always consistent when it comes to her babies. So she's a mama bear, you know what I'm saying. She will protect them kids before she protect me, and that's the expectation, right? You know what I mean? So I know that if anything was ever to happen to me, I know my kids will take care of because of the wonderful mother that they have. So just a shout out to her, you know what I'm saying? Love her, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully her day was well yesterday. So
All right, Matty Ice.
Yeah, same man. Definitely gotta give a shout out to my mother because without her, I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? I'm fortunate enough for my mother still to you know what I mean, be able to go see her. Definitely need to go through and see her more. You know what I mean? But definitely grateful and blessed, man, for the morals and principles that she instilled in me. So thankful for that. I'm thankful for my aunts, you know what I mean? Both of my aunts, my aunt Terry and my aunt Gail. They're not mothers, they don't have kids of their own. But they always showed love and looked out for me as if I was their own, and also, you know, the same for my kids, looked at after my kids the same way. So I'm fortunate to have that type of support system around. All the aunts in my family, man. You know what I mean? I'm grateful. And of course my wife, man. For her, she's an awesome mother, awesome wife. Um, Also shout out to her mother, man, who's no longer with us. Ma, you know what I mean? She was a mother figure to a lot of my friends and her friends. Everybody looked up to her as one of the coolest people you could ever want to know, man. And she took me in and took me under her wing and allowed me to take care of her daughter and trusted me with her daughter. So I always will be grateful for her. And she created the wonderful wife that I have. So I just want to say I'm appreciative of her and thank you to my wife for being the beautiful queen who she is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to my mother in law too. I'm sorry, Mrs. Perry. I didn't mention you in the beginning, but I'm saying it now because you are definitely the greatest grandparent of all time, for real. Love her to death. Even though she always want to smoke when it comes to my grandkids, her grandkids and shit. If she don't like something I'm doing, so but I still respect that. So anyway, hey fellas, it was another good conversation. Next week we have another great show for y'all. Probably gonna get ready to end up sometime in June and take a little break off and get ready for next year. Come back for football season. I definitely want to talk to y'all about the draft pick a little bit later. I'm gonna wait and see what's going on for the Redskins, but we'll see. Or not the Redskins. Sorry, the Washington Commanders. My bad. But thank you fellas for joining me again. It was another great show. You can catch us on all platforms. Dad_mentality. Make sure y'all hit us up, say what's up, and we'll respond back to you. God bless. Good night.